welcome to Bella's Crochet Gifts. I'm Bella. All right, so today I have a finished object and works in progress share video for you. Let's start with what I have on top. So if you tuned into the last video, I had started a Ross hat, and this is it finished. So, okay, this actually looks better than what happened the first time. So a little bit of story time. So I got that tool that I told you about that was supposed to help me. I think they were called the flex tip knitting needles. And like it's 3 of them, so you should be able to work in the round, but they have a point on each end, but they have like a curve up, so they're flexible. And I thought that would be a little bit easier to work with. I somehow flipped my knitting needles as I was doing it, and so I ended up with this flipped backwards craziness. And so I was like, oh no, it's obviously wrong, and I had decreased a bunch before I realized, and then I finished it off and I was like, wait a second, that's not the nice decreases I was hoping for. So this is the picture after. You might be able to see it a little bit better, but all in all, it turned out better than a lot of my hats. I love the length. I tend to have, well, right now I have a little ponytail, but my hair will grow out and I always need place for my bun or my hair. But I really love how it ended up working up. This was the Premier anti-pilling bamboo chunky that I got from Hobby Lobby when I had gone for my little Hobby Lobby buying spree, because I was like, if anything intrigues me, I'm gonna get it, and a whole bunch more than I expected intrigued me. So this is one of those, and like I said, it is the Ross hat. So there's one finished object. And then let's see, also from Hobby Lobby, I got the yarn. It was called Pearl Spun, and I got it in this beautiful purple. I got 2 skeins because I knew that one would not be enough, and so I did a lemon peel hat, and I did just a front post, back post ribbing. A lot of the hats these days have you make a chain and then go into the back loops. I don't like how that looks with my hats, so I usually will do a front post, back post, and then just make it the size of my head and then go into the lemon peel stitches. So I'll try it on for you. It's really interesting. This yarn, like when you pull on it, it doesn't have any stretch to the yarn, but it is tightly spun around itself, and it makes the fabric stretchy. It's really cool. So this is just the lemon peel in a cowl form, and all I did was I made a chain. I did double crochets in the first row, and then I did lemon peel until I was ready to be done, and then I just did 1 single row of double crochets again. So I think this makes a really cute little set, and I love the feel of this is silky, it's smooth, it's really enjoyable to wear. And like I said, even though it fits pretty snug, because of however that's done, it has stretch to it. So I think that's really, really neat. So that is my second set. All right. Let's see. Do I have another finish? Yes, I do. All right. So this is a shawl. So a little bit of story time. My friend Ray from Ray's Yarn Addiction had a pattern that she had envisioned and wrote up. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is so pretty. Can I do it? And she said, sure. So she sent me the directions and I made, this is called the Love and Luck Shawl. And it's a big rectangular one. And then it finishes off there. So this was using, so it was Hobby Lobby Spinnies, is the solid navy blue. And I paired it with a hobby cake, the Cotton Kings Sultan yarn. It was one of the 100% cotton, and it's the one where it's 4 strands and then they slowly change color over time. So I started here in the center of the cake, and I did one whole cake, and then I think somewhere in this section, like these rows, I ran out of the first cake, and so I, instead of going and switching back to the start of the cake, like the center pole, I went from the outside and transitioned out, and then you can kind of see a little bit of it transitioning, just the tiniest bit, like where it's right here. You can kind of see that it's not as dark as like down here. That's what started to happen, like in this bottom section. And then I did the crab stitch all the way around. She had it at the bottom, and I was like, I'm gonna just encase the whole thing. And so I think it made a beautiful top edge and a beautiful side edge for the blanket, just to keep everything all in one row or what have you. I just thought it looked extremely nice and beautifully finished. So this was her brainchild, or her pattern, and she was nice enough to let me try it, and it is beautiful. It's gorgeous, and I made it perfectly for me because that is my whole wingspan. So it is probably about 5 feet because that's pretty much what I am. 5'1". Anyways, so that was all of my finished objects, and then I have a couple of works in progress. Oh, nope, I have one more finished object. Hold on. Forgot about it. It's been done for a little while. So this is what I am calling my flower shawl. My notes just fell off. Whoops. All right. I feel like I made a hat for this too, somewhere. Okay. So this was the flower shawl that I showed you before. So let's let's see which direction's which. Yes, my hair is in everything. I always say there's a piece of me in everything I work on because there's gonna be hair. So this is how much I finished. And there's my little stitch marker that I got from Jude at Llamas and Pajamas. And there we go. Should I put it on too? All right, I'll take this one off. This is extremely, extremely heavy. There is at least 5 or 6 skeins of the spinnies in it, and it has not quite 1.5 of the cotton kings in it. There we go. This turned out really nice, and it's very lightweight. The yarn I used for it was the Hobby Lobby Chromatic Spectrum yarn. And so yeah, and I showed this in my last works in progress video. Let's see. I could have swore I made a hat. I'll let you know if I find it. There might be an ad at the end. Okay. Aha! Never mind. We got it now. Okay, so this is just mimicking the window stitches. And I did just a tiny center, and then I just kept expanding out. And there we go. I don't know, I'm getting swimmer's cap. It looks cuter off. Oh no. Well, some work and some don't. But anyways, so that is the hat I made up to match it. It was all the window stitches, and then I just did double crochets at the bottom. Okay. Then we have works in progress. So this is a pattern from CJ Brady. It is called Stitch Music, and this is using the mandala string yarn. This is also one I got from Hobby Lobby. It is called Jingle. It is 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 350 yards, or 320 meters. It is a superfine number 1, 100% acrylic, made in Turkey, and calls for a 3.25 needles and 4 millimeter crochet hook. Looks like machine washable and dryable. And I think that's everything, actually. It's from Lion Brand, if I missed that. So it's interesting because this is the way it shows the colors should be presented, and there's been at least 2 spots in this yarn where there's been fuchsia, and that doesn't really go with my fall pumpkin aesthetic. So I've been cutting, like I cut the other piece out, and I'm probably going to cut this piece out too. So I'm probably going to need to go get another skein to finish this project, but we will see. So this is the Stitch Music. I did alter it slightly. It is in the pattern, you're using a single crochet, and then they want you to block it out. But so that I didn't have to block it, I went ahead and did half doubles, so you still get the way the stitches are supposed to look. So there we go. And I really like how it's working up. The only thing about this yarn, I am using a smaller hook than recommended. I'm using a D hook, which I believe is a 3.5 or 3.25, depending, I'm not sure. Like I said, once I get to G and below, I get confused. But I am using a D hook. Oh, I guess I should move my marker since I've showed you. It's a little cute 4-leaf clover. Let me show you. But I am using a smaller hook, which is making it harder to work with. Like, it catches a little bit more, which can cause my elbow to hurt. But it's my fault, so like that's fine. But the next time I make anything with this, I will use the recommended hook size or bigger, just because I don't want to have an elbow that hurts. That's no fun. All right, so I was in the middle of talking. I was gonna move my stitch marker. I got distracted. Okay, so I have one more work in progress to show you. Put this all the way up here. Oops, as I poke myself. All right. There we go. And then this is a pattern from Crystal at Bag O' Day Crochet. It is Crochet Chevron top, and it is number 196. And I'm gonna need to take this off so that I can show you my progress. So it is made top down. So let's see. Here, I'll show you. Right now it just looks like a ruffle, but it is going to be a little chevron top. And the way it's worked is you make it out as long as you need it, and then you'll connect it under the arms, and then you just keep going down. So it is really easy. I've always liked Crystal's patterns because she's very easy to follow, and I don't know, she makes a lot of sense to me, so that's always awesome. I am using a Karen cotton cake, and I got this on clearance, I believe it was last year or last spring. I think it might have been last year. But this is 60% cotton, 40% acrylic. It is 8.8 ounces, 250 grams. It is 530 yards or 485 meters. Let's see, machine washable and dryable. It is a medium weight number 4. It's 4.5 needles and 5mm hook. I did start this with a 5mm. I felt like it was too constricted for the account, and so I increased it to 5.5, and I felt like it still was too constricted, and I didn't want it to hug me, so I went up to a 6.5mm for this top. Let's see. This is the color Concord, and it is made in China. I think I got everything. Yep. So they do have some cotton cakes. I'm not sure if they have that particular brand or that particular style. There was several different styles that came out. There was the kind that had a little bit of a texture to it. There was the funnel cakes, which had a big texture to them. This is a very smooth yarn, and it has a nice color transition. So it's purpley blue, like right in here looks purpley blue, and then this is definitely a gray, and that's more of like a very darkish purple, and then it's kind of like a lilac color or lavender color, but it works out really nicely. I'm enjoying how it's going to be striped, but I don't have to do all the work of changing colors each time. So that's how it's going to look, and I'm very excited to see how it looks when it's finished. So you will be seeing that probably pretty soon because I'm excited about this project. All right, I think, let me double check. That is everything on my notes. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing some finished objects and works in progress. I know I love talking with you guys, and I hope that everything is going well. I hope you have a wonderful day or night or whatever it is. I hope it's wonderful.